Hi there folks and welcome along to AMP Country Calendar. Tonight we look at shearing, humdrum, back-breaking stuff, but now an international sporting event. Every year teams arrive from all around the world to compete in New Zealand. Now we've found a team from a country hardly renowned for its shearing prowess, yet these guys have got a very good chance of wrenching the World Championship title from New Zealand. Here's Tony Benny.
South African blade shearing champion Elias Hansi will shear up to 5,000 Merino sheep this year. Some 10 million sheep are shorn by blade shearers each year in South Africa. Wool sheds are rudimentary, with most having no power. Even though more sheds are being electrified, this is not slowing the art of blade shearing. Frickson Magosha is runner-up to the champion, a position he holds due to his high quality of shearing. They are in New Zealand as part of an exchange scheme between the two countries. Speaking only closer, the shearers have Ken Norman, a white manager and interpreter. Whereabouts in South Africa do you come from?
South Africa. Yeah, they come from what they call the Transkei, just be the old homelands back home. Their family and all that's back in Transkei, and then they...
The black and white shearing team also includes 2 machine shearers. The 5 are here to learn from the local shearers, some of whom are the best in the world. Running the New Zealand end of the scheme is the Wolves of New Zealand training manager Robin Kidd.
They're selected by winning the national championship in South Africa. That is one of the prizes for their success. And while they're here, we get them to compete against our top blade shearers and compete at several shows.
Johannes Makina is the fastest South African machine shearer. Working alongside whites and Maori has become an everyday experience for Johannes, who is part of Peter Lyon's shearing gang.
Well, they've come over here and to prepare themselves for the shearing competitions here against the New Zealanders. So the shearing organisation, which I'm a member of, are obligated to give them employment or shearing practice. So we'll probably shear as many merinos as anybody in the country. So it's sort of appropriate that they shear for us through this area.
An area that covers much of the South Island. Today, one of Peter's gangs is shearing at Waitangi Station. The 52,000-acre station stretches from the edge of Lake Aviemore to high country, including Mount Sutton. Waitangi Station is run by David and Kerry Sutton, and like most, emphasis on the quality of the wool clip is paramount.
Going all right? No,
it doesn't matter where people come from, as long as they have the professional attitude and the skills to do the job.
A quality-conscious contractor, Peter always seeks to improve standards for work and competition.
Won't be able to do any second cuts tomorrow at the show, eh?
Experience is also gained from shearing alongside champion shearer Dion Morrell.
Yeah, they're pretty quiet sort of characters, you know, they just work away and they're competitive in the shed. You know, they like to sort of be not too far away from you and they'll chase you all day long, but really nice guys, eh? Really nice guys. I think there's only one, maybe Lazo, I think, of the black fellas that can talk English, you know, and he's a real dag, yeah.
For Lazarus Nicopia, differences are more than skin deep.
Not like these people for here. Yeah. But she teaches, she take the further steps for every time if she says the sheep.
Yeah, he says the New Zealanders, they share in every day. Yeah, and that's basically what most of them just do, you share. Well, back home, he doesn't share every day. They basically, like, for the season, they share in, and then for the rest of the year, they do other work, like just normal farm work and that.
The Omarama Shears is one of the major competitions on the calendar. A highlight for the Omarama community, the Shearing Expo is also an opportunity for the South Africans to immerse themselves in New Zealand culture.
So heat 4 it is, Kevin Walsh on 1, Lazarus Mokothiopera on stand number 2 from South Africa, Johannes Magino from South Africa as well on 3, Peter Lyon on 4.
Johannes and Lazarus not only have to deal with competition nerves, but also the knowledge they are competing against their white boss, Peter Lyon, and champion Dion Morel. Today, though, the blacks will be judged on one thing, their ability. Not making the next round, the team focus moves to trainee manager Ken Norman, who competes in his first final.
Yeah, I'd say it is pretty unusual for a white, yeah. But I mean, it's a good challenge, it's a good job, it's a hard job, so yeah, no, we'll give it a bash.
So would you go back home and shear there as well, or would you be unusual to see a white person shearing there, I guess?
No, well, as I say, it's a new South African, now I'll go back and I'll start shearing, yeah. No, it's not going to stop me, I love the job, eh?
The main event of the day, Frickson and Elias will take on New Zealand in the first of 3 blade shearing tests.
They're very quality conscious shearers, and they're probably not used to the pace that the sheep get shorn at here, but it's like anything, you know, the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Each will shear 4 Merinos, judged on speed and quality. They may not get test rugby, but when it comes to shearing, Omarama gets the best.
Shearing on stands 2 and 3, would you welcome Peter Rice and Alan Gamble, shearing for New Zealand in 1997. Competitors, get set, go. So out on the board they come with the first of the 4 sheep each, shearing now, not for themselves, but for their country, New Zealand versus South Africa. Elias Hansi on stand 4 there for South Africa, up the neck he comes. The Point Gold winners, New Zealand, South Africa test for 1997 here at the Omarama Shears. First one on the last side, and it looks like the Hensi is for South Africa on stand.
Taking an early lead, Elias surprises the New Zealand team. Having to play catch-up, they may compromise their quality when it comes to the judging of the cut.
Just look at the quality. A little bit of a struggle there for Alan Gilmore, shearing for New Zealand on stand number 2. Peter Rice on stand 3 there for New Zealand as well. The Pine Gold winners test for 1997, New Zealand versus South Africa. Alan Gilmore up underneath that last front shoulder. Peter Rice does the same. But it's still the South African Hensi on stand 4 out in front as he gets ready to go in for his 3rd sheep. Alan Gilmore does the same on stand number 2. The 2 New Zealanders not too far apart. Into that first front shoulder they go, up the neck on stand number 5. Elias Hansi on stand number 4 for South Africa, down on our side he goes. Is he going to keep that lead? Come on, egg him on a little bit. Elias Hansi it is, and he goes, can he might be going to hold them out. What an excellent display of shearing from the South African man representing his country. Elias Hansi it is, give him a big hand, that's an excellent effort. Come down the last side. Alan Gilmore it is for New Zealand, first finished on stand number 2. Give him a hand. Peter Rice has just got a few blows to go. Just a few more blows. Peter Rice has got his 2 sheep out. And again, you have
While Friction is a sheep and a half behind, quality points can counter the time penalty of finishing last.
He just punches his way around the long road. Alan Gemmell and Peter Rice represented New Zealand. Elias Hansi and Friction from Russia.
No good. No good.
Over their shoulders, yeah. Oh, she knows how to do it. Next section.
Thank you very much, Glenn. The points, 87.680, 93.274. And first, to win the test, New Zealand, Peter Rice and Alan Gemmell. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. They receive these rugs. And of course, in second place, South Africa.
You can't underestimate them. Like they're set over here to win test matches. It's like going to play rugby. Like when they play rugby, they don't worry about the provincials too much. They really go to win those test matches, don't they?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. They're always very competitive.
Yeah.
Friction was the slowest on the night, but picked up the overall prize for the highest quality blade shearing.
They traditionally shear with a smaller blade than our boys. They don't put their thumb over the top of the handle, so they tend to get a little bit closer to the skin, which is of significance in blade shearing. So they're very hard men to beat.
Blade shearing is being maintained in South Africa as a form of protection. The extra layer of wool that blades leave on protects the sheep from sunburn under the African sun. Peter Patterson believes in a similar philosophy, but for New Zealand conditions.
I've been a blade shearer in my earlier days, and I still, do a bit of shearing. I'm not prepared to change to machines or cover comb at this stage because of the protection that the blades offer us, and insurance. I can go to bed at night and know that my sheep are going to be all right.
The exposed aspect of the Patterson's property is not shared by Omarama station just over the hill. Shearing more sheep in a day than at home, Lazarus also earns $1.20 a sheep, 3 times the South African rate.
If they fit in well, I think you'll find their culture, because they're used to that communal type culture, and our shearing gang situation is sort of similar to their culture at home. And also we employ a lot of Maori people, so and you'll find the Maori culture is a lot more similar perhaps than our Pākehā.
While the largest black and rural language of South Africa is closer, it doesn't stop the universal language of laughter.
Oh, yeah. This someone is. Vamos tirar esse afunda.
kodwa siyathetha nabo kodwa bona abakwazi ukuthetha ngoku.
Do you notice lots of social differences between South Africa and New Zealand?
Kuhle kakhulu sibona kufana nje nabantu balapho bayafana nje njengathi. No, he says really likes that, whether you're white or black, you all work together. It's like you won, there's no difference. He says, yeah, I really like that.
Working and competing their way north to Christchurch, Elias and Friction had lost the second test in Waimate to the New Zealanders.